Has Resident Evil finally reached the level of Red Dead Redemption 2? Or is Rockstar's masterpiece still untouchable, or even surpassed? The visual realism of Red Dead Redemption 2? And when you see the details in this game, you might actually believe it. Resident Evil Requiem is the latest survival horror game developed by Capcom, released in 2026 and considered the 9th main Resident Evil title. The game follows a new protagonist, Grace Ashcroft, along with the legendary agent Leon S. Kennedy, as they investigate mysterious deaths connected to the past disaster of Raccoon City. But the real reason gamers are talking about this game is its insane graphics and realism. Graphics comparison. When people talk about realistic games, Red Dead Redemption 2 is usually the gold standard. That game set the bar with hyper-realistic lighting, dynamic weather, incredibly detailed characters, and a world that actually feels alive. But Resident Evil Requiem takes realism in a different direction. Instead of a massive open world, it focuses on cinematic horror realism. For example, characters have extremely detailed facial animations showing fear, sweat, and even subtle eye movements. Dark environments react realistically to light sources like flashlights. Monsters move in disturbing, unpredictable ways that make the horror feel real. And thanks to Capcom's RE engine, the textures, shadows, and reflections look incredibly sharp, especially on modern consoles and PCs. In some scenes, the level of detail is so high that it feels like watching a horror movie rather than playing a game. Gameplay and immersion. Another interesting feature is that the game lets you switch between first-person and third-person perspectives, giving players two completely different experiences. When you play in first-person, the horror becomes much more intense. Every shadow, every sound, and every movement feels dangerously close. And unlike Red Dead Redemption 2, which focuses on exploration and freedom, Resident Evil Requiem focuses on tension, survival, and psychological fear. You're not just exploring the world, you're trying to survive it. So here's the real question. Red Dead Redemption 2 may still have the most realistic open world ever created, but Resident Evil Requiem proves that horror games can reach an entirely different level of visual immersion and atmosphere. And if this is the future of survival horror, then the next generation of Resident Evil games might become the most realistic horror experiences ever made. But what do you think? Can Resident Evil Requiem compete with Red Dead Redemption 2 in graphics? Or is Rockstar's masterpiece still unbeatable?